What if one of the world's strongest dogs faced a teenage bear? Could the legendary Kangal, known for defeating wolves, hold its ground against nature's rising giant? Stay tuned, the final outcome will blow your mind. Deep in the rugged landscapes of Turkey, the Kangal has reigned supreme for centuries, a guardian against wolves and a symbol of unwavering courage. But today, we transport this magnificent creature to a new arena, a hypothetical battlefield where it faces an opponent unlike any it has encountered before, a teenage American black bear. Before us stands the Kangal, a testament to generations of selective breeding. The Kangal stands as a giant among dogs, 30 to 32 inches tall and weighing between 110 and 145 pounds, built for endurance and power. Its thick neck and muscular frame speak to its strength, a force honed to bring down predators much larger than itself. Enter the teenage bear, a creature on the cusp of adulthood. At 2 to 3 years old, it is no longer the clumsy cub learning to navigate its world. It has tasted the raw power that courses through its veins, a power fueled by instinct and an insatiable hunger. This adolescent already weighs between 200 and 300 pounds, standing over 5 feet tall when on hind legs. Its very presence radiates a primal energy, a stark reminder of the untamed wilderness it represents. In this initial assessment, the sheer disparity in size is undeniable. The Kangal, for all its impressive stature, is dwarfed by the bear's imposing physique. The bear's weight alone could crush bones, its mass a weapon in itself. Yet we must remember that battles are not won by size alone. The Kangal's legacy is built on facing larger opponents, on using its intelligence and agility to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. The question is, can those same tactics prevail against an opponent as formidable as a bear on the verge of its prime? The answer, my friends, lies in the heart of this confrontation, in the intricate dance between power and precision, between instinct and learned behavior. For now, the bear stands as a formidable wall of muscle and might, a stark contrast to the Kangal's lean, agile form. The stage is set, the tension palpable. Let the clash of titans commence. The Kangal's bite force is the stuff of legends, a jaw-crushing 743 psi, the highest recorded among domestic dogs. This force, combined with teeth designed to grip and tear, is capable of inflicting grievous wounds, even bringing down a wolf in a life-or-death struggle. But the teenage bear, while not yet at full adult strength, its bite force could already reach around 500 to 600 psi, and it's backed by heavy paws capable of delivering devastating swipes. Those paws, tipped with claws that can grow up to 4 inches long, are not merely for digging and climbing. They are weapons, capable of tearing through flesh and bone with terrifying ease. In a direct comparison of bite force, the Kangal appears to have a slight advantage, but the bear's bite is only part of its arsenal. Those claws add a layer of complexity, a wild card that could tip the scales in an instant. A well-placed swipe from a bear paw can disembowel, break bones, or send an opponent flying. The Kangal, accustomed to facing opponents who rely primarily on biting, must now contend with a creature that can attack from multiple angles. This is where the Kangal's agility and experience could prove crucial. It cannot afford to engage in a direct head-on confrontation. Its survival depends on its ability to dodge, weave, and find openings in the bear's defenses. Will the Kangal's specialized weaponry be enough to counter the bear's more diverse arsenal? Or will the bear's raw power prove too overwhelming? On the ground, the Kangal can sprint up to 30 miles per hour, built for chasing predators across wide, rocky terrain. Its stamina is legendary, allowing it to maintain this pace for extended periods, wearing down its quarry until it can deliver the final blow. The teenage bear, despite its bulk, can run at shocking speeds, up to 30 or even 35 miles per hour in short bursts. While it may not possess the same long-distance endurance as the Kangal, its acceleration and agility are remarkable for an animal of its size. In a straight sprint, the bear might have a slight edge, capable of reaching top speed faster than the Kangal. However, the Kangal's true strength lies in its maneuverability. It can change direction with lightning speed, dodging and weaving to avoid the bear's charges. The bear, on the other hand, relies more on momentum. Once it builds up a head of steam, changing direction becomes more challenging. This is where the Kangal's agility could give it a tactical advantage. Imagine the Kangal circling the bear, darting in and out of range, using its speed and agility to frustrate its larger opponent. The bear, enraged but unable to land a decisive blow, would find itself expending precious energy with each futile lunge. This battle of speed and agility is not merely about who is faster. It is about strategy, about using movement to control the pace of the fight and exploit weaknesses. Will the Kangal's agility be enough to outmaneuver the bear's raw speed? Or will the bear's momentum prove unstoppable? The Kangal's instincts are honed for guarding. They're trained to face wolves, jackals, and human threats without hesitation. They are tactical, targeting vulnerable spots and using relentless attacks to wear down their opponents. Their courage is unwavering, their loyalty to their flock absolute. The bear, even as a teenager, fights with overwhelming force, using weight, brute strength, and powerful claws to dominate opponents. Its instincts are primal, driven by hunger and a fierce territoriality. It does not hesitate, it does not strategize, it reacts with the raw power of nature unleashed. In this clash of instincts, we see two very different approaches to combat. The Kangal, shaped by generations of selective breeding and training, represents a more calculated form of aggression. It picks its battles carefully, targeting weaknesses and exploiting openings. The bear, on the other hand, is a force of nature, driven by instinct and fueled by adrenaline. Its attacks are less refined, but no less deadly. It seeks to overpower its opponents, to crush them beneath its weight and leave no doubt as to its dominance. This difference in approach is fascinating to observe. The Kangal strategy is based on precision and efficiency, minimizing risk while maximizing damage. The bear's strategy is one of brute force, overwhelming the opponent with sheer power and aggression. Which approach would prove more effective in a confrontation between these two titans? Would the Kangal's calculated attacks be enough to bring down the bear? Or would the bear's raw aggression overwhelm the Kangal's defenses? The outcome of this hypothetical battle would likely depend on a multitude of factors, from the terrain to the individual temperaments of the animals involved. Kangals are legends of endurance, able to patrol rough landscapes for hours. Their bodies are built for it, their minds honed to withstand the demands of their role as guardians. They are not easily deterred, their stamina a testament to their breeding and purpose. Teenage bears are also highly resilient, traveling vast distances in search of food, climbing, swimming, and fighting when necessary. Their bodies are still developing, their reserves of energy seemingly endless. They are driven by an insatiable hunger, a primal urge to consume and grow stronger. In a battle of endurance, both animals possess remarkable stamina. The Kangal, accustomed to long patrols and confrontations with predators, could likely maintain a steady pace for an extended period. The teenage bear, while not yet at its physical peak, has a youthful exuberance, a boundless energy that could prove difficult to overcome. It would likely rely on bursts of speed and power, interspersed with periods of rest and recovery. The question is, could the Kangal outlast the bear's initial onslaught? Could it use its superior stamina to wear down the bear, waiting for an opportunity to strike when its opponent is fatigued? Or would the bear's youthful energy and resilience prove too much for the Kangal to handle? Would the bear's ability to recover quickly from exertion give it an edge in a prolonged confrontation? This battle of endurance is perhaps the most difficult to predict. Which approach would prove more effective in this hypothetical battle? Only time and perhaps a bit of luck would tell. In a hypothetical showdown between a Kangal and a teenage bear, the bear's sheer size, weight, and raw primal strength are too much, even for one of the most powerful dogs on Earth. Final verdict: Teen Bear wins with a 75% advantage over the Kangal. Did the result surprise you? Could the Kangal's strategy and courage somehow tip the odds? Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more epic animal battles.